Okay, so let's start the today's class. Last day we have done up to homework number 25. Uh, if you have any doubt regarding homework 25, you can ask me by joining today's session, or you can post any, or you can send me any message regarding the problem associated with the particular question number or some topic. Okay, in WhatsApp group. Uh, Otherwise, I think I have already discussed all of the questions. Not all of the questions, all of the type of the questions basically. There are several types of the questions for homework number 25. So I will continue after or post homework 25, that is the new topic. So today we have to do the X center. Yes, the last topic was the in center. So today we have to start from the X center. Okay. So what is X center? First you have to know what is X center. Sorry. What is X center? So we know if a triangle ABC is drawn, suppose ABC triangle is drawn, and if triangle ABC is drawn and um, we know the angle bisector, internal angle bisector. If I join the internal angle bisector, suppose it is the internal angle bisector, this is an internal angle bisector, and this is another internal angle bisector. Then internal angle bisector means the angle that are formed are equal. Okay, this is called the internal angle bisectors. So if I join the external angle bisectors, then basically the x centers are formed. But again, another information you have to note that the in center, there is only one in center for a particular triangle, and for x center there are three x centers. Okay, three x centers means if I extend this straight line up to a certain point, okay, and if we extend another if I extend this line up to here, and if I extend this line up to here, so there are two external angles. So if I bisect this external angle, suppose bisect means if I make a line that that divides the external angle into equal two parts, then this is basically the external bisectors. So here also the external bisectors. So if I join, then there is a point. This point will be the X center. Okay, this is the first, or you can say it is a first X center P1. So if I extend this line, and if I extend this line, and if I angle bisector, draw angle bisector like this way, so then we can form, if I join, then it will form a point or intersect a point. This point will be the second external bisector. And similarly, if I join extend these straight lines, then if I draw another angle bisectors, then you can find the third excenters. So there are three excenters, P1, P2, P3. So what is the significance of excenter? So if I draw a circle with P1 as a center, then the circle will touch the AC arm at a particular point. Okay. Similarly, if I draw a circle having P2 is a center, then it will touch a certain point on BC. Similarly, if I draw a circle taking P3 as a center, then it will create a circle, or make a point, connecting point. on AB. Okay, so this is basically the significance of three excenters P1, P2, P3. Okay, so next you have to find the radius of the excenters or X circles. Not excenter, now it is radius. So there is a direct question: what are the radius of a X circle? Okay, of a X circle of three X circles of a triangle. Okay, so basically the formula is, if I consider this R1 means the radius of the joining line between these 2 points. Actually, this is R1. That is from P1 to, you can say, it is you can say E. So this is R1. So basically R1, you can write the area of triangle ABC by S minus area of triangle ABC by S minus this side AC. So this is the radius. Remember, this is the formula of the radius. So area of the triangle ABC divided by half perimeter minus AC. AC is the side. So basically, if you know three sides of a triangle, then you can easily find the radius R1. Similarly, R2 will be area of triangle ABC by S minus R2 will be, suppose this is R2, suppose this is the radius R2, so it is P2 to P2. From P2 you can draw a R2 radius on BC. So this is basically, suppose a point I have considered EF, and this is suppose D. Okay, so this is R3. So R3 will be S minus what, BC. Okay, and R3, what is R3? Area of triangle ABC, that is, I have to find the triangle area divided by S minus AB. Okay, this is the formula. AC, BC, and AB. That is three sides you have to know. Then you can find easily the radius. So remember, X center can be found by. mm there are. I am taking some note. I am writing some note. There are three X centers. Three excenters of triangle ABC, of any triangle, actually not ABC exactly. ABC, I am just writing ABC, you can consider any triangle. Okay, and it can be defined by intersecting the external bisectors of two consecutive angles of any triangle. Okay, so if I draw, or if I write one problem, that is, find the excenters of a triangle having sides equals to 10 centimeter, 12 centimeter, and 14 centimeter. Okay, find it. Find the excenters of a triangle having sides 10, 12, and 14. So first problem for today, after discussing the first theory. Okay, so now I am res- resuming my new problem one. First problem: suppose a triangle ABC has been drawn, and AB is 10, BC is 12, and it's 14. Then first find S. What is S? S means the half perimeter. Okay, S means half perimeter. That means what? It is 18. S equals to 18 because 36 it is. 36 by 2 will be 18 centimeter. Okay, so now you have to find area. How to find the area? We know the area can be observed by using the formula S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, right? So from that equation you can find 18 into it is 8 into 6 into 4. Okay, so we can find 18 means 9 into 2. 18 means 9 into 2. From 1 9 you can find 1 3, and 8 into 2 will be 16. 16 means 4, and 4 means 2, and 6 you cannot get the 6 actually. You have to find root 6. So 12 24 root 6 will be the area centimeter square. So 24 root 6 minus 8, sorry, it will be you can find the x centers, right? X centers or x radius. Find the x centers, not x center actually, x radius. X radius. So R1 you can observe area that is 24 root 6 by 18 minus S minus A. What is A? A will be 10. So 18 minus 10, that is 8. 8 into 24, 3. 3 root 6 will be the first radius, and second one will be 24 root 6 divided by 18 minus 12, that is 6, that is 4 root 6 centimeter. And what is R3? R3 you can find 24 root 6 by 18 minus 14, that is 4, that is 6 root 6, that is 6 root 6 centimeter. Okay, so R1 equals to 3 root 6, R2 equals to 4 root 6, and R3 equals to 6 root 6 centimeter. So these will be the radius, that is a x radius. Next, circumcenter. Circumcenter means already we can find, or we can study, we have studied that incenters and excenters. So next one, circumcenter. So circumcenter means, circumcenter means if you draw a triangle, suppose a triangle, again it is ABC, then so perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector means you have to draw perpendicular bisector means first you have to draw the perpendicular, and the perpendicular will bisect the line AC at point suppose E. Similarly, perpendicular bisector, that means these angles are 90 degree. Okay, these angles are 90 degree. These angles all are 90 degree, and these are the equal sides. Okay, or equal halves. So if I draw a circle taking G as a center, suppose this is a point G, then you can find a circle that will pass all the points of ABC. Okay, this is the circumcircle, and this G point is a circumcenter. So what is the circumradius? So circumradius capital R equals to, you have to multiply all the sides AB into BC into CA AB into BC into CA whole divided by 4 times of the area of this ABC, area of the triangle ABC. Okay, this is the formula. That means if you have the sides ABC, then you can easily find the excenter, incenter, and circumcenter. Okay, so you have to know the area or the sides of a triangle. That will give you the answer. Okay, so next important information you have to know. Suppose a excenter x circle, sorry, suppose it is a circumcenter, and actually this is the actual technique you have to draw. Okay, first just draw the circle and then draw the triangle. Then it will looks fine. So if I consider a circumcenter like this, okay, and suppose this is G, and if I join BGC and also AGC and also AGB, these three angles, so basically this information you have to know Roman 1. Suppose the second information is that angle BGC, this angle will be equals to twice of the angle BAC. Remember, this is very important relation. Similarly, it is if we consider AGB. AGB means which one? AGB, this angle, okay? That will be equals to twice of this angle. That is angle twice of ACB. Similarly, the third information, the similar information, basically it is AGC. If we draw AGC, AGC means AGC, this angle, then also we can find this one will be twice of this one, twice of angle ABC. These three sets commonly I am marked as Roman 2. These three equations basically, or set of equation, basically you have to remember is very important in for the exam purpose. Okay, so this is most important theory, and one problem you can find definitely considering this theory. Basically, you have to draw once a figure is given. If circum if if circum radius of triangle ABC is 5 centimeter, find the AB if AC equals to 6 centimeter. Very interesting question. Try to solve. Okay, see, uh, if the circumradius is 5 centimeter, then what happen actually? Uh, this BC basically the diameter, okay, and BO is a circumcenter, and the circumcenter lies on the third arm or the longest arm of the triangle. So that means BO equals to OC equals to 5 centimeter, right? That means angle BOC equals to 180 degree because it is a straight line. It is a straight line. Okay. So according to the theory, we can find BAC will be equals to half of the angle BOC, that is 90 degree, half of the 180 degree, because this is the twice, this angle is twice of this one. So that means this will be the half of this BOC, this is the 90 degree. So if it is 90 degree, then triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Okay, that means we can use the Pythagoras theorem, and already we know the BC and AC. You have to find AB. This is a question mark. We know this BC and we know this AC as 6, and this is 10. BC is 10. That means we can find AB directly from the relation 10 square minus 6 square, because we know the Pythagoras theorem, AB square plus AC square equals to BC square. So AB will be equals to root over of BC square minus AC square, that is 100 minus 36, that is 64. Root 64 is 8 centimeter. AB equals to 8 centimeter. That's a very very important problem. Okay, this type of problem is frequently asked in exam. So another information regarding the circumcenter and the incenter. That means you have to know that if basically this theory actually has another impact, uh, that directly you can find if um, triangle is a right angle triangle, if triangle is a right angle triangle and not and comma x, if triangle is a right angle triangle comma circumcenter center lies on circumcenter lies on hypotenuse of the triangle, and it is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Okay, it is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Okay, so and তাহলে কি হবে, then r equals to x circumcenter r equals to hypotenuse by 2. Okay, this is the formula. And remember another thing, if small r is the in center, then capital R plus small r equals to, if small r is the in center, okay, capital R plus small r equals to base plus height by 2. This is also information you have to know. And the distance between r and small r can be termed as d will be equals to capital root over of r square minus 2r into r. These three information is very very important also. Okay, so that means if I have the height base, then you can find directly the incenter. How? See one problem. Problem number 3 for today. Suppose suppose a right angle triangle right angled at A. So A equals to 90 degrees given, angle A equals to 90 degrees given. That means, yes, and AB equals to 8 centimeter is given, and AC equals to 7 centimeter is given. Find the in center. That means you have to find the in center using this theory actually. How? Because we know if it is a right angle triangle, then the circumcenter will lies on the exactly midpoint of the hypotenuse. Then you have to first find the hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? BC is the hypotenuse. That is root over of 64 plus 49, because we know it is 8 and sorry, that equals to 6, not 7. It is 6. And if it is 6, then it is 36. So 64 plus 36, that will be 100. So root over of 100, that means 10 centimeter will be the diameter. And what is the radius? This BG is nothing but the capital R, right? So 10 by 2, that is 5 centimeter. And we know the relation small r by capital R equals to AB plus AC by 2, right? So what is AB? It is 8, it is 6 by 2, and capital R is 10. So 10 plus small r equals to 14 by 2, that is 7. So small r equals to what? Oh, it will be negative. I think there will be some problem. Smaller is 5, not 10. Sorry. It is smaller is 5 because it is the half of the diameter. So 5. So smaller equals to 2. Capital R is 5. So smaller equals to 2. Okay, this is the problem number 3 for today. And one another problem, that find the distance. So same information. If I find problem number 4, same info as of problem number 3. Problem number 3, find the distance between capital R and small r. Okay, that is D. D equals to root over of R square minus 2R into R. R square. What is R? R basically, for the last problem you can find it is 5. That is 25 minus 2 into 5 into, what is smaller? Smaller is 2. So 10 20 root 5. Root 5 centimeter will be the distance between incenter and circumcenter. So first understand what is the graphical representation of this info. See, one information, first understand, suppose I have a triangle, okay, it is ABC. So if I draw angle bisector, then actually you can find a point. Suppose this point is I, and if I draw the perpendicular bisector of all three sides. Perpendicular bisector means this one, this one. Sorry. Perpendicular bisector means, suppose I have to use the another color, another this blue one. So this is a bisector point, right, perpendicular on it. Okay. Similarly, suppose this is the midpoint and perpendicular on it. Okay. and this is the suppose midpoint and perpendicular on it. Okay, so basically this point, suppose this is a eccentre, so not eccentric, it's circumcenter. Suppose it is G, so IG, this is the distance. You can observe there is a distance between I and G. Okay, so this distance actually you have to find. This D equals to um, actually you have to find root over of R square minus 2 into capital R into small r. Okay, next one, orthocenter. And this is I think the last um, center you have to know. The orthocenter is the altitudes, the intersecting points of three altitudes of a triangle. Suppose ABC is a triangle. ABC is a triangle. Altitude means just perpendicular on the opposite side. Perpendicular on the opposite side. Perpendicular on the opposite side. Sorry, perpendicular on the opposite side, and the perpendicular on the opposite. Remember, this is a perpendicular. Okay, not the midpoint, not the angle bisector. Perpendicular means this angle is 90 degree, this angle is 90 degree, not the exactly midpoint like the previous one, that is the circumcenter. So orthocenter smaller o equals to smaller of o, the orthocenter. Mm, that means if you draw a circle, taking this O point or taking this point, suppose this point O, this point as a center, then you can find a circle like this. So it can touch any point, any point on the side AC or BC or CA. Okay, so there is no exact symmetry of the circle. So R of O you can find, that is so R of O actually there is no direct formula for R of O. So if only the triangle is 90 degree right angle triangle, then only you can directly use the formula, and that is the height into base by hypotenuse. Okay, so this is the formula basically. R of ortho center equals to height into base by hypotenuse. So this is the formula for orthocenter. So if it is a right angle triangle, so just information, three information you have to know, that position of orthocenter, position, theoretical question generally comes from this orthocenter. Position of orthocenter of acute angle triangle, acute triangle is inside. Inside means suppose this is an example where the orthocenter lies inside. Position of orthocenter of right angle triangle is right angled point. Right angled point. That means suppose if I draw a right angle triangle, then the perpendicular, not exactly this straight line. Suppose it is a right angle triangle, then what happen? Basically, this is a perpendicular already. It is also the per altitude, and this is the altitude. So this is the point where the right angle point. Basically, right angle point means the point where the right angle will generates or the right angle generates. So this is the point on which the right angle generates. So this B is basically the ortho center for the right angle triangle. Okay. Similarly, position of uh, ortho center of obtuse triangle equals to outside. So inside means this example exact right angle triangle, it will be at the point of right angled point, and for obtuse angle triangle it is the outside. Outside means outside the triangle of the triangle. That means if I draw a obtuse angle triangle, that is an angle where one angle is more than 90 degree. So basically if I draw mm, suppose this angle is more than 90 degree, and I am intentionally drawing a triangle where angle B is more than 90 degree. Okay, so it is an obtuse angle triangle. So if I draw a altitude, altitude means this one, that is 90 degree. So altitude means, see, there is no line that will intersect on BC. Actually, this right angle, this perpendicular on the extended BC. Okay, so this is the extended BC, suppose up to X. uh, this BC also you can find a, suppose extended this one and this one. So basically this is the point. Just wait 1 minute. Hello. Yes. Oi. Okay, so that means if I draw the altitudes of any obtuse angle triangle, then these altitudes will meet a point which is outside the triangle. Actually, the triangle looks ABC here, and these are three altitudes, or actually extended altitudes, not altitudes. It is basically the extended altitudes, and this altitude will meet a point here. Okay. So the distance between incenter and circumcenter is very important, and ortho center already we have discussed. And finally, the last theory for today is, if I consider these all four informations, that G equals to centroid, O equals to orthocenter, I equals to incenter, P equals to circumcenter, and E equals to excenter, for if these notations are true, G, O, I, P, and E, then for equilateral triangle, G will be same point, will be equal to I, will be equal to P. Okay, these four are same. G, O, I, P for equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means where all the sides are equal. And for isosceles triangle, these G, O, I, P are collinear. Collinear means lies on the same line. So this one information, this second information. Okay. So these two information is also you have to remember. The equilateral triangle have all 4 points on a same point, and isosceles triangle GOIP, these 4 points are collinear. Okay, so I think up to this much for today is sufficient, and next day we will start the congruency part. Okay, and I think homework number 25, exactly not 25, I think the last day was, what is the homework, it is 20, yes, 25. I think you can easily do the remaining numericals for 25. If there is a problem, then you can feel free to ask me in either WhatsApp or any live session. Okay. So today's class up to this much. Thank you. Uh, okay.